I heard somewhere someone was saying that routines are overrated
I've heard
sometimes
that too.
because I think the whole self-improvement thing can also be a trap because it's like, okay, I gotta wake up at 6 and I gotta meditate and I gotta
Yeah.
do my morning pages and I gotta have my special duper tea where I'm doing my fasting and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And then half a day has gone by and you haven't even gotten started with your day, right? You've done all these self-improvement checks of good habits, which of course they're good. Of course it's good to stretch and work out and meditate and journal, but it doesn't really matter. That's not going to give you the success you need necessarily. You just need to do what you need to do.
I'm going to piggyback
Right?
off that, and
Yeah.
you're exactly right. And I
Yeah.
have to shout out Alex Hormozy and his wife Layla Hormozy.
Mm-hmm.
They're business Instagram people.
Mm-hmm.
He said something that totally changed my on exactly what we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about, especially on days where you got a jam-packed day. There's days where you don't have time to
Yeah.
meditate for this long, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big proponent of sleep. I don't mess around with it. Like
Good.
I'm 7 to 8 hours, non-negotiable.
Smart. Smart.
And I just feel so much better doing that. And he said something. He's like, yeah, well, everyone concerned with all these morning routines. You know what
Yeah.
the best routine is? Just get up and start working. I kid you not. There's been mornings where I realize I'm like, okay, am I gonna spend maybe the free hour I have meditating
Yeah.
and reading out of my spiritual book,
Yeah.
or can I crank out what I need to for this podcast right now
Yeah.
and just get to work immediately? It totally changed my perspective.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Those habits on days where you're not as
Yeah.
packed, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is value too to like just getting up and getting stuff done.
Well, because it becomes a way to procrastinate, and I think
Yeah.
especially for us actors, or I guess any artist or any person that works for themselves, it's so easy to fool yourself. It's so easy to think, no, but I'm watching movies, so I'm practicing my acting because I'm watching great acting. It's like you're not doing what you're supposed. Let's be real, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Like, of course, you can get enriched by watching and reading great plays and all that, but if you have to prepare your audition for tomorrow, don't kid yourself thinking, no, but I'm listening to this podcast where Gary Oldman is talking about acting. It's like, yeah, but you still got to do the work, right? Like no one's coming to save you, right? You still got to do it. And the reason I'm talking about this passionately is because I do it all the time, and I've done it so many times.
Oh, I'm a self-help junkie too. Don't
Yeah.
trust me. That's why I'm aligning
Yeah.
with what you're saying, because
Yeah.
I too have found that, well, you know what? I got to read this book and this book. And then that book told me I need to read this book and this book.
Yeah.
So once I'm done with that, then I'll really start to get my hand. It's like, man, the best teacher is just to start doing.
Yeah.
And actually, I find it better to start doing, then go back to some of those books and stuff because I understand it more because I have actual real world experience
Yeah.
to apply it. Whereas if you just stay reading the whole time,
Yeah.
you have no experience to go off of.
Exactly.
And I'm just going to use this because we talked, but
Yeah,
take
yeah.
dating, for example.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that you can read every dating book on the planet
Yeah.
and take all the courses and all
That's
this.
right.
But
Yeah.
until you go out there and start talking to women and actually asking them on dates,
And feeling what rejection feels
what
like.
rejection feels like, Jordan Peterson.
or joy or yeah.
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 Jordan Peterson said something one time. He said, if for guys that want to get over their fear with women, he goes, you know what you do? I'll say it in his voice. He said,
Yeah.
he's like, it's easy. He's like,
Just talk to them.
yeah. He says, go out and I'll do it in my own voice. He
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
go out and talk to 50 random women in one day and get rejected a bunch. He goes,
Yeah.
because what will happen is you'll get used to the feeling of rejection. Now you'll no longer have that fear.
Yeah.
There is a lot of logic. And the same
Yeah.
goes in sales.
Yeah,
And
the people that
acting,
have to
getting on
sales,
stage.
knocking on doors, or I mean, hypothetically, knocking on doors. Yeah, all those calls where people hang up on you. You know.
Yeah. But after you've gone through it multiple times, you're like, yeah, there's that uncomfortability, but like, oh yeah, I know this feeling.
Yeah, the best thing is both, and I want to apply that hopefully when I start teaching acting, or the type of classes I like to have a little bit of both. Like the theory is important too, but not more important than the practice.